All right, so we're going to be going through the sim review for 5th grade Math Star. First 10 questions, and while we do this, we're going to be using the cubes strategy. And so for cubes, that stands for circle all of our numbers. We're going to underline the question, box important information, eliminate information that we don't need, eliminate answer choices that don't make sense, and then we will check and solve, or solve to check our answer choice. So that is cubes. Question number 1, a computer rounded the number 129 and 257 thousandths to the nearest hundredth. What is this number rounded to the nearest hundredth? So have some good information here. I'm going to rewrite my number, 129 and 257 thousandths. Rounding to the nearest hundredth, so I'm going to underline my hundredths place, circle the judge right next door. 7 tells me I'm going to round up, so 5 becomes a 6. All of my numbers to the left stay the same, and all my numbers to the right become zeros, but because it's after a decimal, I don't need that number, and so I already have my answer choice of D. Number 2, Mr. Marquez had 123 eggs in a refrigerator in his restaurant. He put 32 more cartons of eggs in the refrigerator. Each carton contained 18 eggs. Which of these is the best estimate of the number of eggs he now has in his refrigerator? So because I'm going to estimate these, I'm going to need to change these into some different numbers. But before I do that, 32 more cartons of eggs, each containing 18 eggs. So that sounds like multiplication. I have 32 cartons with 18 eggs in each one. So I know I'm going to be multiplying these two numbers together. Again, it's going to ask me, or it's asking me to estimate. So I'm going to make these compatible numbers, numbers that play well in my mind. So I'm going to say that's 30, that's about 20, and 123, that's about 100. Make these real pretty numbers, and let's see what we can do. So 20 times 30, well, 2 times 3 is 6, and I have 2 zeros. It gives me 600. So he added 600 carton or 600 eggs to the refrigerator, but we cannot forget the 100 he already had. So 600 plus 100 will give me 700 eggs in total for the approximation or the estimation for what he has. Question number 3, Rebecca is filling a cube-shaped box with small cubes. The volume of these cubes is 1 cubic centimeter. She already put some of the cubes in the box as shown in the model. What is the total number of small cubes that will fit in the box? So some important things that we need to know. So we're looking for volume, and what volume is first thing we need to know is we need to know the area. And then it's just area, how many layers or how many times. And so some things that I know about this shape, because it is a cube, I know that the face of the cube, or one side of the cube, is a square. And so if it's a square, and if I count it and I see that this is 9 units tall, I know that it's automatically going to be 9 units wide. And I know because it's a cube, all of the faces are congruent or same size, same shape. So all of my faces are the same exact side squares. I know that this side is also 9. I know that all of my sides, my lengths, are 9. And so the first thing that I need to do is I need to find the area of my base. And so the area of my base, this is a Minecraft problem. So if I need to create this shape in Minecraft, first thing I need to do is I need to build my base shape. So I need to build this 9 by 9 square with these little cubes. So I'm going to do that in Minecraft. And so it's 9 wide by 9 long, or length times width, 9 times 9. I have a base area of 81. So base area of 81 cubes. Now that I've built that bottom layer, I just need to build that layer over and over again, going upward 9 times. So I've built the base layer, and so 9 times 9 is 81. 81 cubes for the bottom layer, and I need to do that, so 81 cubes each time until I get 9 layers high. So my volume is my base area times the number of layers tall it is. So my volume is 81, which is my base area, times 9 layers tall. And so 81 times 9 will give me my answer, and that is going to be 729 cubes. And so that's how many cubes it would take to build this whole structure in Minecraft. Question 4, a large rope was 14 and 35 inches long. Megan cut the rope, important there, into 7 equal pieces. And so I have a total amount, and I cut it up into equal pieces. So that's division. And my question, what was the length of each piece in inches? So I have 14 and 35 and I'm cutting that into 7 pieces. Now when I have a decimal in my dividend, as we know, we just throw it on the roof and we forget about it. How many 7s are in 1? 0. How many 7s are in 14? 2. 2 times 7 is 14. Bring down my 3. Now this is the part most students forget or they mess up on. So how many 7s are in 3? And that is 0. So it is important to write your 0 there. And what that does, that allows me to go ahead and bring down my 5. How many 7s are in 35? Happens to be 5. 5 times 7 is 35. And now I'm done. I have an answer of 2 and 5/100 inches. Question number 5. A bank received a check for $2,609.75. How is this number written in expanded notation? So I'm going to go ahead and just write this out. So I have $2,609.75. So I'm going to just check this piece by piece. So 2,000 is 2 groups of 1,000. So as I look, yep, those are all correct. 600 is 6 groups of 100. Nope, I can eliminate answer choice C. 9 is 9 groups of 1. Nope, I can eliminate A. And then I have 75 cents. That's 7 dimes, 5 pennies. So 7 dimes. Looking here, so far that's so good. Oh, no, that one doesn't work. That's 7 pennies. And let's continue it out. So 5 pennies, and yep, that does work. And so B is my answer choice. Number 6, Kara and Marcus shared a candy bar. So that's important because we know that each of them ate some of the same candy bar. The models are shaded to show the fraction of the candy bar each of them ate. What fraction of the candy bar did they eat all together? So I need to add. So I'm adding what Marcus ate to what Kara ate. Kara ate 8 out of 12. Marcus ate 1/4 of the same candy bar. I can't add those together because I don't have a common denominator. But what I can do is I can cut up my models. And then I see here, I just move these over. So move over what Marcus ate. And now I have 11 out of 12 pieces are eaten. And I can also confirm that by doing this mathematically. 8/12. 1/4 is the same as we see here on the model, 3/12. And I add those together, 8/12 plus 3/12 is 11/12. So it is confirmed. Number 7, the lengths of 2 insects are given below. A ladybug is 10 millimeters. A walking stick is 30 centimeters. Ooh, these are different units that probably will matter. Question is, what is the difference of these two insects in millimeters? So, yep, need to have both of these as millimeters. A few different ways that we could figure out how to convert this. You could use the King Henry solver. That will work. I'm going to do 30 centimeters is the same as some number of millimeters. And I have big to small multiply all. So 30 times my relationship of centimeters to millimeters is 10. So 30 times 10 is going to give me 300. So now I have 300 millimeters. And I'm looking for the difference. I'm going to subtract or take away 10 millimeters. And that gives me 290 millimeters. Number 8, the table shows the time in seconds it took 4 swimmers to complete a race. Which inequality correctly compares 2 of the race times? I'm going to think about this like money. It's just easier for me. So 26 and 50 cents, 26.50, 26.10, and 26.10. So now it's a little bit easier. The other thing that you can do is you could always use your sideways notebook paper. Use one of the lines to set up your decimals and set it up that way. And then you can compare all of them that way. And so 26, those are both the same in my dollars. But 50 cents is more than 5 cents, or 5 dimes is more than 0 dimes. And so this would be the larger number. But I'm also just going to think of it as money. So I'm just giving you multiple ways of looking at this. So $26.50 is bigger than $26.05. That is true. $26.15 is bigger than $26.50. Nope. $26.10 is less than $26.05. Nope. $26.15 is less than $26.10. Again, nope. So either way that we use, or either strategy, will confirm that that is the correct answer. Scott drank 3.5 bottles of water yesterday. Each bottle contains 1 2/10 pints of water. What was the number of pints that he drank yesterday? So I have some bottles, 3.5, a number of bottles, and how much pints are in each bottle. So that sounds like a multiplication problem to me. And so what we end up with is just a 2-digit multiplication times 2-digit multiplication. So 2-digit times 2-digit. And I'm going to ignore my decimals and just multiply as if it was whole numbers. So 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Tick, tack, 0. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 3 is 3. Add my 2 partial products. Gives me 0, 12, 4. And then the hardest part of multiplying decimals is just being able to count the spaces, or count the decimal places in my numbers. So I have 1, 2, so I'm going to count 1, 2, drop my decimal, and there I have my correct answer of B, 4 2/10 pints. Last one. So which model represents 1 2/10 divided by 3? So what I have in division is you have a whole amount, you have all of your amount, your whole amount, and you're splitting it evenly. And so when you split it evenly, you're splitting it evenly into groups. Okay? And that's what division is. I have something, some quantity, and I'm splitting it up into even groups, or as even as I can get them. So that is what division is. And here my whole amount is 1 2/10. And I'm splitting it up, so that's my whole amount, and I'm splitting it up into 3 groups. Now that I've understand what's going on, let's see if we can find a model that matches that. So F, my whole amount is 1, 2, 3, so it already doesn't match. My whole amount is not correct. And I'm not splitting it into 3 groups. So I only have 1 group circled, so that's just no way the correct answer. G, my whole amount is 1 whole 2/10, and then another 3/10. So it's 1 5/10. split up into two not even groups. So that doesn't work. H, I have 1 whole and 2 tenths split up into 3 groups. And let's see, 4 tenths, 4 tenths, 4 tenths. Yep, that's split up into 3 even groups. So this one looks correct, but let's keep checking. J, I have 1 and 2 tenths, 1 and 2 tenths, 1 and 2 tenths, or my whole thing is 1, 2, 3, and 2, 4, 6 tenths. So 3 and 6 tenths divided into 3 groups. Or I could look at it as 1 and 2 tenths, but I have 3 groups of 1 and 2 tenths. And so either way, that doesn't match what they've asked me to match. So I'm going to eliminate answer choice J, and so H is going to be my best answer choice. So there you go. I hope you found this helpful. If not, please ask me in class. I'll be happy to go over this a little bit more in depth. And there's your first 10 questions for the STAR Sim review.